What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about why I took this trade specifically on Monday the 23rd of January 2023. Now on Monday I took three trades, two of them were winners and there was one loss, and as you can see the one loss was by 0.07%, I'm pretty sure, which was extremely lucky. And then that actually ended up hitting my take profit if I wasn't to get stopped out, so that was extremely unlucky. But the other two trades were very good winners, and what I'm first going to talk about is my very first trade. Now on the screen you can see screenshots of me actually enter into the trade, because obviously it is easy for me to say that I entered into these trades if I didn't actually. So as you can see, there are screenshots showing that I entered into these trades. So yeah, and what I also want to draw your eyes to is this screenshot that I posted on my Instagram story. And I took this screenshot at around this time here. So as you can see, I drawn two lines on my chart. I drawn a line that is going into this order block and then back into this demand zone. I just want to quickly correct myself because I got this part of the video wrong. So when I took that screenshot, the price action was currently at this point right here, as you can see on the screenshot to the right of the screen, and I have a blue box here as the supply zone. Then I have a demand zone down here somewhere, so let's just throw that there, and I predict the price. The demand zone was somewhere like that. The demand zone looks something like that. So I did not see any of the price action here. So once that screenshot that you can see in my Instagram story looks something like this. So I actually draw two lines, and one of the lines looks something like this, where I predict that the price will come into the supply zone, then bounce off this demand zone, and then go to the upside, which actually happens perfectly, as you'll see in the rest of the video. So yeah, I just want to point this out and show that I predicted this before it actually happened, but that is irrelevant because I have mentioned or will mention in the video, it is not about predicting what happens in the market. It is about reacting to what happens in the market. But that screenshot from my story just shows that I give lots of valuable free content on my Instagram. So if you're not already followed to my Instagram, I'll pop it up on the screen right now. So here's my Instagram. Make sure you guys go and follow that. Hit me with a follow, and look, I always post loads of free content for all you guys to have a look at. So make sure you go and follow my Instagram. And yeah, as I just said, the price perfectly comes into this supply zone and then comes into this demand zone down here. And I'll let you carry on with the video. Done that perfectly. Now, what crypto is about predicting, not predicting the market. It is about predicting what happens after it has already happened in the market, if that makes sense. I probably could have worded that better, but I hope you understand. So it's not about predicting the market, it's about reacting to what happens in the market, to put it in better words. So let's talk about this first trade that I took, and I've already showed you proof that I took this trade. So yeah, and I know this might look a bit confusing for you right now, especially if you don't really know what's going on. So what I'm going to do is go to this chart, which is before the Monday, before the markets open. This is on Sunday. So let's get straight into it. So coming back to when I was doing my analysis, as you can see, as you saw on my Instagram, I marked out this zone as a order block. So I want price to fill this zone before heading back down, and I want this price to fill this zone on this Sunday, because then that gives me very good confidence that I know what the price action wants to do on the Monday. So I'm not really looking for any trades right now. All I'm looking for is the price to come into this supply zone, which it does perfectly. Let me just mark that out for you guys. Supply zone. Now I know this video can get very confusing, so I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible. So this price action comes into the supply zone. Now what I wanted to see when this happened is I wanted the price to come back down and take out the sell side liquidity and have a break of structure to the downside. So as we play the charts, we can see that the price perfectly comes down and breaks structure right here. Now at this point, what am I looking for? So I am looking for the price to come back in to this perfect order block and supply zone on a smaller time frame, which is right here, as you can see. Now I want price to come into the zone, get confirmation, then I want the price to bounce out of that, and that is when I would enter into the position. Now the reason I want to enter into this order block right here and not this order block right here is because this move right here would not be a big enough move to the upside in my opinion. So I would want to see a bigger retracement than for that price action to just come into this small order block here. And another reason is because orders do not lay here. As you can see, there are many fair value gaps trading around this area. And another reason I like this area so much is because it will fill many fair value gaps and imbalances on the way, and it will perfectly fill out this imbalance specifically. So if we play the chart out, as you can see, the price perfectly comes up and taps into my supply zone, which I'll mark out. Supply zone / imbalance filled. Now what I mean by imbalance filled is if we look here at this candle, there is a big imbalance laying all here. So this is all an imbalance. So the price fills that imbalance perfectly. Now what I would do is go to a lower time frame and wait for confirmation. So I wouldn't actually be entered into the market yet. What I would wait for is confirmation. So what I'm looking for is the price to come out of that zone, which it does. Then I'm waiting for price to come back into the zone, which it has done perfectly. Now this is where I would be entered into this trade. So I'd open a short position, let's say around here, when the prices came back into my zone, and I'll put the stop loss somewhere up here around just above this supply zone, maybe in this area, you know, just anywhere around here, just where I feel comfortable. And I would target all the way down here, which is liquidity on the sell side. Now that I've marked out my chart perfectly, I just wait and I don't do anything else because I'm confident in my trade. And as you can see, the price comes back into my supply zone one more time, which could be another reason to re-enter, but I didn't in this trade specifically just because it was pre-market. And yeah, I let this trade ride out and it hit my take profit perfectly, as you can see on this other chart to save you some time. So yeah, as I have shown you, there is 2 more trades I've taken on this day, and I can talk about this one specifically right here because this one is very simple and easy to understand, and all this is supply and demand. So yeah, as I said, I want to keep this very simple and quick for you guys to understand. So the reason this is I'm talking about this second trade right here. I can delete these other trades to not confuse you guys. So on the higher time frame, as you can see, there is lots of liquidity being created before this big drop. So if we go to replay mode and go before this big drop happens, as you can see, there is lots of liquidity laying all here. The price action has kept rejecting at around this point, which means there is lots and lots of liquidity that got made over the weekend sat right here. And what that tells me is price action on the Monday, once price opens, price action wants to take all of that liquidity and tap into this demand zone, which you can see on the 15-minute time frame. As you can see, there is demand zone right there. And yeah, so all I had done for this is set a limit order at the start of this demand zone. And actually this trade was a loss, but this trade was a loss, because as you will see, the trade just tapped out of the demand zone, which I should have been more wary, and instead of setting a buy limit, I should have just waited to enter in the market after the price started to reject. So that's my own fault, and I'll do that next time. But yeah, the price just unluckily taps my stop loss, as you'll be able to see in a minute, and then it taps my take profit all in the same candle. So yeah, as you can see, if we zoom in a bit more, the price just takes out our demand zone. But as you can see, it is a perfect idea, and I'm targeting up here because it is a recent buy side liquidity. So that is where my take profit would lie, a bit further down right there, or in this 1 minute supply zone, which I actually take my final trade from, but I can make my own video in that. So yeah, all I looked for with this was to draw my demand zone, mark out lots of liquidity which lay all around here, and if you don't know what liquidity is, just watch my video on liquidity. And then yeah, I perfectly entered into this trade. Well, I didn't perfectly enter in this trade because I hit my stop loss, but you get the point. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If you do enjoy my videos, make sure to subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and follow my Instagram. Thank you.